Am I an asshole for making my daughter's boyfriend buy a new t-shirt? With updates. Hi, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jada.
On December 23rd, my daughter, 19, boyfriend, 19, came for dinner. We had a dinner then because he's going away with his family for Christmas.
Makes sense.
Yeah. He arrived, rang the bell, and I answered the door. He came in, took off his jacket, and that's when I saw it. He was wearing a t-shirt that said, "It's not gonna suck itself."
Okay, I was kind of on his side thinking like it's a t-shirt, it's fine. Then I heard it's Christmas time and I'm like, well, that could be a little more formal. And now I'm just like, ooh, because your daughter is the one that's doing the sucking, presumably. So it's kind of,
I took one look at the shirt and asked him if he had any money. He said no and asked why. I told him the shirt showed a marked lack of respect for both my daughter and my wife. I pulled two 20s out of my wallet and quietly ushered him back out the door toward the Walmart 3 miles away and told him to buy a more respectful shirt and come back with it on. Mind you, this whole exchange took place between him and I without an audience. He was gone for 15 minutes, came back with a nice polo shirt on. We had a nice dinner together and nothing was mentioned of the incident. The next day, my daughter came to me and her mother and told us what I did humiliated him.
And it would only be humiliate. I mean, like, I guess someone can humiliate you without an audience, but in that instance, I feel like you can only be humiliated if there is an audience.
Said they aren't in breakup territory or anything, and no yelling or anything of the sort went on. My wife did tell me I could have handled it differently. So Reddit, am I in the wrong for handling it this way? And if so, how could I have handled it? So a quick edit. He said, I'm 57 and a long-haul truck driver, so I've had my share of bad moments. Most of us guys here can remember stupid things that we did as a teen and even into our 20s. And the ones that stand out for me are the ones where someone didn't react with anger or malice. They were the ones that someone reacted with constructive kindness, one where quiet redemption was offered, where a mirror was quietly held up to my behavior. Those are the ones I learned from and appreciated the most. Hopefully he comes from the other side of this with a new appreciation for kindness offered quietly and without fanfare. Just my thoughts.
Well, I guess since you're on Reddit asking if you're the asshole and your wife and daughter confronted you, he obviously did not feel that way.
One of the top comments was, you were very classy about it and even gave him the opportunity to get a new shirt instead of going home and changing. Not the asshole. And someone wrote in that says, and paid for the new shirt.
Yeah.
So update number 1. After reading these comments and listening to everyone's point of view, I sat my daughter down this morning and asked what her boyfriend actually said to her. This changes my opinion of him. Apparently, he'd not told my daughter what the phrase was on the shirt, but did tell her accurately what I said to him and what I asked him to do. He did use the word humiliated. That was D&D's interpretation. Her rush to defend him came from our examples. Apparently, she's took note of times I've defended my wife and vice versa. She also took note of our disagreements in private after the fact. She is going to talk to him when he gets back tomorrow to follow up on why he thought the shirt was appropriate for a family setting. I'll update again after the conversation.
He's not going to have any reasons why he thinks that is an appropriate shirt to wear to a Christmas dinner to his girlfriend's family's home. He won't have, there's not a list. If there is, please tell me in the comments down below, but there's not a list, like, at all. I mean, I think if you were going to a party that had like a crass theme kind of thing, like it'd be funny. But if you're just going for a Christmas dinner, nah. He knows. And the reason he didn't say what was on his shirt
is because he knows.
It's because he knew.
Update 2, my daughter called him about an hour ago, and this will be informative. She asked him why he'd not told her what the shirt said. when he talked to her.
Because you'll be mad at me and not Daddy then. I wanted you to be mad at your dad.
His reply was telling, because it was embarrassing. No joke. Then she went on to ask him why he wore it originally, and he admitted that the shirt had been a gift from his older brother, 21, and that the older brother had dared him to, called him a chicken when he objected, etc. Dumb sibling crap, apparently. I could totally see an older brother goading his younger brother.
See, here's where he messed up. He could have had like a moment with the dad and been like, yeah, dude, I don't want to wear this shirt either. It was a dare. It went off poorly, but I've completed the dare, so I will go and get something more appropriate. Or have brought a shirt.
Yeah, brought a backup shirt.
To change, knowing that it wouldn't go over well with
anybody. I know, not even let the brother. Just let the brother see him wear it out and then change to a different shirt in the car. She went on to tell him that none of what he'd done was cool and that she really liked him and that he'd always been kind to her. She said she wasn't breaking up with him, but that these steps needed to be done. First, he needed to explain to his parents the entire situation. Second...
Oh, so he had like told his parents too and tried to make her dad seem like a bad guy. Ooh, for me, that's kind of telling on like future things though. Like if he just wants to be the
he's 19 again.
I know, yeah.
And we don't know if like he overheard it or if his brother's the one that told it or something because he was like, this is funny. I knew he'd get in trouble.
He is young.
So. I mean, young enough to know better, but still.
Some people, when they don't get some consequences that wake them up, they will stay thinking that stupid stuff is okay for longer.
So second, he needed to show up in person to our house and bring the money for the shirt. And as she put it, put in a whole ass-kissing session, including the explanation of the dare, end quote, etc. She's
like, you gonna pay my dad back for that because you're the fool who didn't bring a change of shirt and you're the fool that wore that one shirt anyways.
She said that if this was handled well, they could have talked about moving forward and what that would look like. After the phone call, she talked to her mom and I and admitted that she forgot her worth. She said that I, as long as she'd been alive, had never gone out of my way to embarrass her mom and that I'd always been respectful and not let anyone be disrespectful to her mom. Made me feel good.
I do have to say the dad throughout this has seemed like he's like patted himself on the back a few times, which is,
yeah, sometimes it's you're supposed to. Yeah. So she wasn't going to settle for less. Good for her. I'll update after a visit later tomorrow afternoon. So, update number 3. This will make those of you following this saga laugh. I've received a call this evening from Mr.'s boyfriend's parents. Firstly, they are mortified.
Oh, yeah.
And extremely apologetic. Secondly, the whole best part of this update, and I have their permission to squill, is that his parents are on Reddit.
That's what I was going to ask. I'm like, did he come out and tell the truth? Did the daughter expose him or did they find it on Reddit? They found it on Reddit.
And commented on my post in support of the way I handled the situation. They told me that they love my daughter and that we'd raised her right and had not raised their son to show this level of disrespect for anyone, let alone his girlfriend. Apparently, boyfriend was following up on one of my daughter's conditions and went and talked to his parents. Good. As the
19-year-old having some consequences, maybe he's gonna learn and not do dumb things in the future.
As the story unfolds, his mom reached for the phone, opened Reddit and yelled, "Is this thing you?" To quote his dad, the son read the first half paragraph. He died a little inside. So anyway, they're going to come for dinner tomorrow evening with the boyfriend. So more updates tomorrow night.
Here's the thing. He's not used any kind of names, any kind of location, anything like that. As long as this kid keeps his mouth shut, not everyone will know that it's him that they're talking about, except for like his immediate family. But, don't know.
Update number 4. Dinner was very pleasant. Let me say that his parents are great. Boyfriend showed up with red roses for my daughter and yellow roses for my wife. Parents are like, You are not going to mess this up for a second time. We are going to show that we raised you right. You better get some. Here's another 20 and here's another 20.
Where's the 21-year-old brother that's dared him to do this stupid thing?
He offered what I thought was a sincere apology and a card with the entire $40 in it, even though he'd given me the change and the receipt the original night. I cooked tonight to give my wife a break, and I made an Indian dish called butter chicken with rice. Neither had eaten curry before, but loved it. Woohoo! As it turns out, older brother is a family athlete. JV soccer, varsity soccer, and a sports scholarship for soccer, the quintessential jock. Little brother is the exact opposite, artistic. He's got real talent. Sensitive, quiet, and felt like he never measured up to big brother and works to gain his big brother's respect. Brother takes full example of this and exploits his little brother for shits and giggles. Near the end of dinner, daughter
Boo,
says...
jock, older brother.
Way to be a stereotype, guys.
Yeah.
It says,
Jock, older brother in the chat. Please, it was funny.
Near the end of dinner, daughter says, I think I'll keep him around for a little while longer. You guys okay with that? We are good with that for now.
For now.
His mom is boss, though, for thinking outside the box. As punishment to older brother, mom went into his clothes, drawers, and closet, took every shirt off him, and bought him 8 bright pink t-shirts that he'll wear until he realizes how damaging exploiting anyone is. His access to cash is also cut off.
So we can't buy another shirt?
Until said lesson is learned. Anyways, a successful night with new friends was enjoyed. Hope this update helped you.
Yeah, it sounds like it came around to a very wholesome ending, which, is nice. And I hope that 19-year-old does not look at the comments and people hate on him and he hurts himself, about, being sad about it. Because,
Except,
learning and growth are all good.
Sometimes jocks find things funny that other people not. So a little small update. Just to give some info, the older brother has been much better for the last little bit and actually enjoys the pink shirts. Apparently, his girlfriend likes them, and he's got a few compliments.
So he's probably a hot jock as well. He was oozing confidence. He's like, that's fine. I can pull this off. Whatever.
The rest of the updates is that over the next few months, between school and coming back, they have had many other dinners and time spent with the boyfriend, and they're becoming friends. So
very cute.
Very cute.
Okay. Number 2. Are you going to give me someone who really is the asshole? Because I love it when people are so delusional in their own head that they think that, they're the victim. If that had been the story, it would have been the guy being like, can you believe it? I'm not the asshole for showing up with a funny shirt, completing a dare. How dare this dad do that? And then you're like, nope, you are? Maybe a little bit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
When it comes from a different perspective, you're like, you didn't get the response you thought you were going to get.
Okay, the second one, the first one was lighthearted. The second one is dark.
Do we need to do a check your triggers?
Am I the asshole for having my ex arrested at my wedding? This happened 2 days ago at my 28 and wife's 39 wedding. And a lot of people are telling me I'm doing the wrong for having my ex, 27, arrested. And my wife is saying I ruined the wedding and caused a scene.
Oh, damn. She's not even on his side.
First, a little backstory on my ex. We were together over 5 years ago for a matter of weeks.
Oh, okay.
I broke things off because I just wasn't into her that much. And she began to pester me over text and social media all the time to get back together.
An ex over a matter of weeks?
I know. I'm like, I don't count those. That's just a couple of dinners. But I guess they also do a lot more in those couple of dinners than I did, because she also said, or to just hook up. This went on for months and months. And in a particular weak moment, I gave in and slept with her again.
Oh. I see, I hate it when guys say that, a particular weak moment. Because, like, I'm sorry, was she there rubbing your and you just caved? Or was she like 2 o'clock in the morning and be like, what you doing?
They were just in the mood and didn't have options readily available. That's
what it means. It's not a weak moment. You're just a horny moment. That's what you mean.
So, but things got a lot worse. I tried to explain that it was a mistake and I still didn't want anything from her.
I know, she was acting crazy anyways. And you're like, you know what, I think I'll fix the situation is if I sleep with her.
From then, the messages ranged from abusive to begging me for sex. Eventually, I just blocked her. From then, she started turning up to my house, work, social spaces I often went.
Okay, I'm sorry. She does seem like a stalker at that point.
Yeah. So, she attempted to force herself on me and threatened violence. And at that point, I got a restraining order. Since then, I haven't heard from her in years. I met my wife 3 years ago, and she is honestly the best thing in my life. We fell in love hard and honestly have a great relationship. We got engaged after 2 years, and 2 days ago, finally had our wedding. The day was going amazingly until a friend of mine, who I'll call Chris, turned up with his +1, my ex. I spoke to him, and this is what you gotta... So I think, like, you shouldn't be randoms to +1s for weddings, okay? Weddings are expensive. Those plates are like $150 a person and stuff like that. Like, bring a person you know that you've been dating for a while, because when you bring a random, you don't know how they hold their liquor, how they dance, like how they, I mean, you gotta be careful.
One of the first dates I went on with a guy, I was his +1 to a wedding he was a best man at, and I was just like, are you sure, like, I should go? And he's like, yeah, it's fine. And I knew, like, 2 other people there. I had to sit at a table by myself because he was at, like, the groom's table or whatever, and I was just like, I don't know why I would have done that. But I think it's because his ex was going with someone else. And so maybe it was like, he just went, but I'm like, did she even know we were together? We didn't sit at the same table. And I was very young. I hadn't gotten married myself yet and really understand the things. But I think the same thing. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No.
You actually kind of just did that this past spring. Your husband was the best man for a wedding. You only knew 2 other people at the table that you were sitting at.
Oh, no, but I knew the couple get married.
Yes.
We've been on, like, holiday and stuff before.
Yes. No, I'm just kidding.
That was very different. Don't say that.
I spoke to him, and he had absolutely no idea about my history with her, and we tried to get her to leave. After she refused, I decided to just ring the police. 2 officers showed up to arrest her.
Was this before the wedding ceremony started? I'm a little unclear on that.
I don't know. So the 2 officers showed up to arrest her for breaking her restraining order, and she flipped out. I mean, how did she think that was going to go? She was shouting and screaming. She hurled abuse at my wife and claimed that we were meant to be together, which obviously distracted from our wedding. Like, the stalker ex and him were meant to be together. This girl is delusional. Cray.
See, that's why I'm asking, like, at what point were you doing? Because, like, if it was before the ceremony, it's like, are you trying to nip that in the bud? Or if it's like the ceremony's already happened, she was perfectly pleasant through the whole thing, like, maybe after 5 years, she's not gonna be doing anything crazy. But if it's before the ceremony, you're trying to nip in the bud because you're afraid, like, you're gonna get to the I do's and she's gonna stand up and start screaming.
And so my wife knew I had a restraining order against a stalker. We spoke about it when we started to become serious. A few family members also knew, but
again. You messed up family members bad.
A few family members also knew, but my friends didn't, as I never spoke to them about it. Now my wife is upset with me for causing a scene, and a lot of our friends are saying that I should have just ignored it and focused on the day because she wasn't causing any problems until the police showed up. So, am I the asshole?
Well, when the police did show up and she started saying that she was meant to be with you, that makes me think, like,
that wasn't going to end
Yeah,
well.
that makes me think that wasn't going to end well. That's why I'm like, at what point in the day did you have her kicked out? Because, like I said, if it was after the ceremony was done, it's kind of like, well, she was fine through the ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
She might be fine through the reception, but at that point, she can't really do as much.
Speeches, I don't know.
I mean, like, but if it was before the ceremony, then I kind of get it. You're like, I don't want to. And then I feel like her response only justified his actions a bit.
Yeah.
So,
well, it says he didn't notice like straight away. So God knows her intentions, but everyone seems to think she was doing nothing wrong and was harmless. It says actually she achieved what she set out to do. There was a restraining order against her. This is someone commenting to that. She deceived her date, made it in, and made herself the center of attention. Mm-hmm. She wanted to disrupt the wedding, and she succeeded making a scene.
And she made you the bad guy doing it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No one's talking about the wedding. They're all talking about her crazy antics.
Here's the thing. If we gender swap this a bit, mm-hmm. if this was a female who had been stalked, because she was, from what you're saying, from the perspective you're giving me, she was stalking you. If she's coming to your work, if she's following you around, if she's coming to your house uninvited, and that is stalking. Granted, a lot of male stalkers wind up, like, when they become obsessed with a female, they wind up, like, actually hurting them.
Yeah.
So it is a bit different from that perspective. But it can be dangerous.
Yeah.
And so I think, like, maybe people need to appreciate that, like, and she knew about the restraining order. And when you did the friend not say, yeah, maybe we should get out of here? Okay. Sorry. I'm just like,
A lot of you requested an update on my original post, so here it is. It's been a very long day since I've posted, and I've spoken with my wife and Chris. Starting with my wife, we had a very long, tearful conversation about everything from my ex to our wedding, and I apologize for the fact I didn't consider involving her before calling the police, which meant that ex's outburst when being escorted out came as a complete surprise to her.
Okay.
She apologized for the way she reacted and explained that she wasn't angry at me, but is angry at the ex. The fact the wedding was ruined and that the focus was shifted away from us to the ex, and her anger was misdirected. Another reason for her anger is that a lot of the guests had no idea who the ex was, and the ex comments of, "We're meant to be together," was apparently led people to theorize that I had been cheating on my wife with ex, so we are now having to put out fires before rumors begin to spread.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife is now very much focused on making sure I'm okay after all this, though she is still distraught about our special day being ruined, but we'll work through that together. Can you sue? I mean, he's got a restraining order, so I feel like, could they sue for some reimbursement for their wedding? Because, like, she broke the restraining order.
And things got delayed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
According to Chris, they connected over social media. She started liking his posts over the course of about a month and then DM'd him, and they started chatting from there. And the crazy part is that to Chris, X has a completely different name. And she did that to trick. She didn't know who all he would have told, so she changed her name to try.
Oh yeah, she went on the groom social media, found a single friend who had a public profile that she could, like, kind of suss a little bit, and then
it gets crazier. But the post on her profile dated back 3 years. Meaning that she had this profile with the fake name for 3 years. And it's not the only one. Chris,
are you the only one she's been stalking? I'm wondering if she's got some other people she got restraining order against.
Maybe. Chris told us that a few other guys connected with him after the wedding, saying that they recognized her as they had all got DMs from her from a different account, all with different names. There is at least 3 other accounts that I'm currently aware of. So this girl, and it says 3 years of posts, which is the same time as he started dating his wife. So could it be that she saw him posting stuff with a new person looking serious, and so she started...
Because even if your profile is private, if you can be friends with his friends and they post pictures of you, or you post pictures, but then you tag them in it, they can then see you.
So apparently, apparently X showed no signs of being obsessed with me or thinking even that she knew who I was. He invited her as a +1, thinking that they might eventually get serious as they were having a really good time together. He has apologized profusely, but we have made it clear that we do not blame him for this. There is no word currently on what's going on with the ex, but considering her breaching the restraining order and resisting arrest, we assume she will probably end up in prison. That's a generous thought. Unfortunately, like, restraining orders, they're...
Well, but she resisted arrest.
Like I said.
And they are more stickler, like, about that.
Me and my wife spoke about it, and if we are contacted by the police, we will absolutely be pressing charges.
Oh, you know there's got to be photos or videos somewhere.
And wife will be getting a restraining order. For now, we are going to try and enjoy our honeymoon and deal with the rest of the mess when we get back. Thank you, Reddit, for all of the advice and opinions. You gave a lot of perspective on the situation and have a lot to consider.
I'm sorry, my dude. I hope that your family and your wife now, with some perspective outside of, like, just the ruining of the day, realize that, like, this woman is a bit dangerous and needed to be kicked out and arrested.
And they've not updated anything since. It's just those.
How long ago was this?
2 months. So, what do you guys think? Have you all had problems with this stuff? Do you think that he was right for calling the police and having her kicked out when she wouldn't just leave quietly? Let us know what you all think in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like. Until next time. Bye. On today's episode, we have Am I the Asshole?
Can we say asshole?
I bleeped
guess
the
it's
other ones
YouTube.
out. I bleeped the other ones out. So today, am I the asshole for making my daughter's boyfriend buy a new shirt?
I'm sorry, you sound like a newscaster, but continue. On today's news, am I the asshole for making my daughter's boyfriend buy a new shirt? Stay tuned and see.